Score, then automatic runoff voting, called star voting for short, is one of the newest voting systems. Created in 2014 as score runoff voting, it was designed as a hybrid between approval and instant runoff voting. The motivation behind the new system was to have both the expressiveness of instant runoff voting and the simplicity of approval voting, without the strategic incentives that a pure score voting system has. Here is how a star election works. When a voter arrives at the polling station, they receive a ballot that looks like this. Note that it looks somewhat similar to a multiple choice test. The voter then gives each candidate a score by filling in the corresponding bubble. Only one bubble per candidate should be filled in. If no bubble is filled in, it is treated as a 0. After all ballots have been cast, 2 rounds are run, the score round and the runoff round. In the score round, the score for each candidate is calculated. A candidate's score is the sum of the scores given by each voter to that candidate. The 2 candidates with the highest scores move on to the runoff round. In the runoff round, the scores in the previous round do not matter at all. Instead, each ballot is examined again. Suppose the 2 candidates in the runoff are Alice and Bob. For every ballot where Alice was rated higher than Bob, Alice receives a vote. Each ballot is worth only 1 vote, regardless of how much the voter preferred Alice to Bob. Likewise, for every ballot where Bob is rated higher than Alice, Bob receives 1 vote, regardless of the difference in scores. For every ballot where Alice and Bob have the same rating, neither receives a vote. The candidate with the most votes wins. Let's see an example. Suppose 100 people are voting for the best shape. The ballots come in and they look like this. 3 people gave this ballot, 8 people gave this ballot, and so on. As such, the line accumulated 37 points, the 3, 4, 5 triangle accumulated 145 points, etc. The 2 highest scores are the pentagon and the hexagon, and so they move on to round 2. 31 people prefer the pentagon over the hexagon, 27 people prefer the hexagon over the pentagon, and 42 have no preference between the 2. As 31 is greater than 27, the pentagon wins the election. Star voting is a cardinal voting system that uses score-style ballots. Its first round is utilitarian, and its second round is majoritarian. However, due to the first round, it does not meet the majority criterion. It passes some, but not all, of the monotonicity criteria, and does not meet the participation criteria. As a single winner system, it is not a proportionally representative voting system.